Good
Good
morning, sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, can we start? Is my screen is
Yes,
visible?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Uh, okay, before going to start with the example, let us just revise in 1 or 2 minutes. So what we have discussed yesterday. So what we have discussed. So let me revise that part and we'll move ahead. So that first like design step we have looked into the design of FIR filter using the Fourier series method we have discussed in the last lecture. That is first. What is the first step? We need to note down the value of HD of e power j omega. Then we have to calculate its simple response using the formula HD of n equals to 1 by 2 pi minus pi to pi HD of e power j omega and d omega, as this is again a non-causal signal and infinite signal. So we need to convert this into the finite signal, so that we can doing with the help of this truncating operation. So the truncating we are writing it as like h of n equals to hd of n magnitude n less than or equals to n minus 1 by 2 and is 0 otherwise. So we have converted infinite sequence to the finite sequence here and still it is non-causal. Then finally we are calculating the transfer function of that non-causal sequence. So that is h of z equals to h of 0 plus n equals to 1 to n minus 1 by 2. Sorry, n minus 1 by 2 h of n z power n plus z power minus n. And then we are converting above transfer function into realizable transfer function as it is like non-causal sequence. So non-causal sequence cannot be possible to realize practically. So we need to convert that into the causal sequence. So we are writing it as a realizable transfer function as h dash of z equals to z to the power minus n minus 1 by 2 h of z. Then we are calculating the filter coefficients, that is h of 0, h of 1 up to infinite and so on. So which is again a causal sequence. Once if you know the coefficient value of a causal sequence, then we are calculating its frequency response by using the formula h of e power j omega equals to n equals to 0 to n minus 1 by 2 a of n cos omega n, where a of 0 is a value h of n minus 1 by 2 and a of n is a value 2h of n minus 1 by 2 minus 1. Finally, we are calculating magnitude in dB with the formula, as the value of omega is varying from 0 to pi. With that we are calculating the value in dB, that is 20 log h of e power j omega, and we are plotting the final response using this table. Hope you all have understood these steps. Any confusion here?
No, sir.
no, sir.
Now we will move towards the example. Please note down the example. Just note down the example. Design an ideal low pass filter with a frequency. Design an ideal low pass filter with a frequency response. With frequency response. With frequency response. HD of e power j omega is equals to HD of e power j omega equals to is 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equals to is magnitude omega less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to, again it is pi by 2 less than or equals to the pi by 2. Okay, and is equals to 0, the 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. So this is what the given sequence. HD of e power j omega equals to 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equals to omega less than or equals to pi by 2. This double magnitude is there. If you are getting confusion with that part, we'll remove it. Okay. And then it is 0 for pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. Find the values of h of n. Find the values of h of n. Find the values of h of n. So we are calculating the values of h of n here. Find the values of h of n for n equals to 11. For n equals to 11. Full stop. Find h of z. Find h of z. Plot the magnitude response. Find h of z and plot the magnitude response. Find h of z, plot the magnitude response. You noted the question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can anyone read it? Let me understand what you have written. Please read the question. Anybody?
Design an
anyone?
ideal
Huh.
Design an ideal low-pass filter with frequency response capital HD of e raised to j omega is equal to 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equal to magnitude omega less than or equal to pi by 2 and is equal to 0 for pi by 2 less than or equal to magnitude omega less than or equal to pi. Find the values of small h of n for capital N is equal to 11. Find h of z and plot the magnitude response.
Okay. Hope everyone has written this way only. There should not be
Yes, sir.
no, right? Okay. Let us start with the solution now. Just write solution. So now here we can write. Can you plot this signal now? Solution, you write. Let me write as a solution. So this is our question now. So let's write a solution here. Let me write the solution. So how do you plot this signal? कोई बताएंगे मुझे? How it can be plotted? Yes? Anybody? Where it is going to be present? So here we are plotting this signal like HD of e power j omega. With respect to omega, I am just plotting this. So how do you plot? So it has
pi by 2 to 0.
minus pi by 2 to,
Pi by 2, 1 it is.
yes, it is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, it is 1. So because this is here minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, it is 1. ठीक है? यहाँ पे it is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, it is 1. And again it is 0 from pi by 2 to pi. मतलब यहाँ से यहाँ तक ये value 0 है इसका. So it is up to pi, it is 0. And likewise again, as it is magnitude part, so here also we can write it as minus pi. Understood? Have you
Yes.
understood this?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is amplitude 1 here. from the value minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and is 0 from pi by 2 to pi and minus pi by 2 to minus pi it is. So this is what the given signal response, and you should be able to plot this way also, right? So this is what we are calling it as simply ideal frequency response. This is the ideal frequency response is given. This is we are calling it as ideal frequency response. अभी इसका कट ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या होता है, कोई बताएंगे मुझे? So here we need to decide about the value of omega. So omega value क्या है अभी? The omega value is present 1 for the value minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. तो यहाँ पे मैं लिख सकता हूँ इसको, the omega value is pi by 2. I understood this point, and this is very important here. Yes? Any confusion? कि यहाँ पे ओमेगा का वैल्यू मैग्नीट्यूड है, सो इवन इफ यू टेक द मैग्नीट्यूड वैल्यू that is like minus pi by 2 or plus pi by 2, simply we are writing it as pi by 2. This is what we are calling it as the omega value, or simply we are calling it as the cutoff frequency. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here? So this is what the noting the value.
No, sir.
Now, what is the step 1? Step 1 क्या है? What is step 1?
Note the desired given frequency response.
So note the desired given frequency response. That means you just note down that what it is given. So it is, you just लिख लो इसको, hd of e power j omega will be equals to 1 for minus pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi by 2, and is 0 for the value pi by 2 less than or equals to magnitude omega less than or equals to pi. This is our step 1. Yes? Any confusion here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now what is the next step? What is the next step?
To calculate the desired
Getting
impulse
HDF.
response using inverse Fourier transform.
Okay. Any confusion here up to this point? Any problem? Any question?
No, sir.
Pakka? Can I move ahead? Can I move to the next step?
हाँ सर.
किसी को अगर Can I move to the next step?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us move to the next step. Now, what is our step 2? Let me write here. Step 2. What is our step 2? We are calculating the impulse response with what? What is the formula we have? It is hd of n is equals to hd of n equals to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi hd of e power j omega into e power j omega n into d omega. This is our step 2. Yes? Are you noting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us call it as equation 1. Now, according to the equation or according to the question, what I will write? According to the question given, hd of n equals to 1 by 2 pi integral. What is the limit now? सिग्नल कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है आपका?
माइनस
pi by 2 to प्लस pi by 2
Pi by
सिग्नल
2.
प्रेजेंट है, और इसका वैल्यू क्या है वहां पे? इट्स वैल्यू इज 1. right, into e power j omega n into d omega. Have you understood this step?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Now let us simplify this. So this is equals to, we'll write it as 1 by 2 pi integration of 1 is what? So sorry, it is e power j omega and integration is, it is e power j omega n divided by, with respect to omega we are integrating. So what we will write? क्या
JN.
लिखते हैं आप? It is jn with the
JN.
limit minus pi by 2 to
Minus pi by 2.
plus pi by 2. Okay, understood this? Just integration I am doing. Then next part we will write it as, next what we will write? Let us write hd of n equals to 1 by 2 pi into, so what I will write? I need to substitute the value of omega. So that means I will write it as this way, e power j, what is omega? Omega is pi by 2 n minus e power minus j pi by 2 n whole divided by jn, right? This is equals to, you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Or else this can be written as, how we can write this? तो यहाँ पे क्या expected है आपका अभी? If I want to write it in terms of the sine function, so what is expected? What is the formula we are having? Like, or else this can be written as, this I can write it in this way. So this equals to, I can write it as e power j pi by 2 n minus e power minus j pi by 2 n divided by 2j into, what I can write? 2j into 1 divided by n लिख सकता हूं मैं इसको. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is there any confusion in this step?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so let me write it in this way. Then what I can write for this? इसके लिए क्या लिख सकते हैं अभी? It is a formula of what? Formula किसका है वो? Sin theta. How do we express in terms of exponential form? Sin
E
theta can
raised
be
to
written
I
as,
theta minus
okay,
E raised
that
to
is
I
sin
theta
theta
minus E raised to minus I theta divided by 2I.
it is 2i. This way ना बराबर? तो अभी ये फॉर्मेट में है ये, right? Sin theta equals to, we can write as e power I theta minus e power minus I theta divided by 2i. So this first term is of this way only. So I can write it as, क्या लिख सकता हूं मैं यहाँ पे? Sin pi by 2 n divided by, what I can write? Can I write it as infinity less than or equals to n and less than or equals to infinity. ठीक है? So this is what the first step we need to calculate. Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
Only integration I have done,
No,
nothing
sir.
different I have done here. ठीक है? सिर्फ इंटीग्रेशन किया है मैंने, वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करके. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. Now, let me move to the next step. Any confusion here? Can I move to the third step?
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है अपना? कोई बताएंगे मुझे? व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट स्टेप? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is next step?
Truncating HD of n to h of n.
HD of n for what value? Magnitude of n less than or equals to n minus 1 by 2 and is 0 otherwise. ये फॉर्मूला है अपना. Yes or no? So this is our formula.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी एचडी ऑफ एन हमने कैलकुलेट किया है
Yes,
अभी,
sir.
एंड वी नो द एन वैल्यू आल्सो. ठीक है, सो एचडी, लेट अस राइट इट हियर. सो एच ऑफ एन इक्वल्स टू, I will write it as, what is HD of n? We have calculated it is sin pi by 2 n divided by pi n for magnitude n less than or equals to, n का वैल्यू कितना है आपका? यदि n is 11, right? So 11 minus 1, 11 minus 1 का आंसर तो बताओ.
10.
10, sir.
10.
Very good, very good, very good. 10 divided by 2, it is 5,
5.
right? So then this will be equals to 0 otherwise. Have you understood this step? Any confusion
Yes,
here?
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now let us calculate the values here. This is very important thing now. We just write for n equals to 0, for n equals to 0, that is small n equals to 0, for small n equals to 0, above equation becomes small n equals to 0, above equation becomes indeterminate. Above equation becomes indeterminate. तो अब इसका वैल्यू कैसा कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं हम? इफ आई टेक n इक्वल्स टू 0, तो अगर सपोज यहाँ पे n का वैल्यू 0 सब्स्टिट्यूट किया मैंने, तो क्या होगा? साइन 0 बाय 0 इनडिटरमिनेट आएगा वो. तो हाउ डू वी सॉल्व सच केसेस? कैसा सॉल्व कर सकते हैं इसको? एनीबॉडी नोज दैट?
IL hospital.
Yes, by using L hospital rule we can calculate it. Thank you very much, madam. Now, so how do you write that? So that is, we can write it here. H of 0 will be equals to, how do we write that? Is limit n tends to 0 for sin pi by 2 n divided by pi n. Sin pi by 2 n divided by pi n, or this equals to, I can write it as तो अभी यहाँ पे we all know theta tends अभी are these two are in same form. यहाँ पे sin theta with theta है क्या अभी? Hello, can you help me here? Hello,
Yes, sir.
ये अभी sin theta by theta फॉर्मेट में है क्या?
नहीं
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
नहीं है, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा उसको? I need to
मल्टीप्लाई
convert
एंड
that.
डिवाइड बाय 2.
1 by
Yes,
2.
it is multiply and divide by 2. So that means, so what I will write is, I will write it as multiply and divide by 2 or 1 by 2 it is.
1 by 2, sir.
I need to do is, so here let me write it as 1 by 2 into limit n tends to 0 sin pi by 2 n divided by pi n by 2 लिख सकते हैं हम इसको, ठीक है. So then this 2 to get cancels, the value will remain same as above equation. So that will be equals to, now it is the value 1 by 2 into 1 I can write, because it limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta value is 1, so I can write it as 1. So which will be equals to, the value is, which will be equals to, the value goes to, what is the value of h of 0?
1 by 2.
So I can write the value of h of 0 as 1 by 2. So you have to remember this step very carefully. So directly you cannot substitute the value of n equals to 0 in the above equation. ठीक है? Any confusion here?
नो सर.
No, sir.
Oh, others please give me the response. Otherwise, क्योंकि एक example अगर आप proper समझ लिए तो you can do other examples properly. Step bus we have to go. यहाँ पे सिर्फ integration करना है हमें, बाकी कुछ नहीं है, ठीक है. Now, so this is our step 3. Now again, it's not completed still. So sorry. Let me write here again. So why I am noting all these is, like, I can send you this also. Like, if you are again unable to understand the stepwise, I will send you this. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. तो अभी ये यहाँ पे complete ना हुआ है. अभी like let me यहाँ पे in step 2. So this we can do it in other way also. अगर आपको एल हॉस्पिटल रूल पता नहीं है, आप भूल गए उसको, right? So what I will do, or you can write, you can solve it in this other way also, or we can solve it in other way. That is other method. और कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं? और substitute, just write, or substitute n equals to 0, substitute n equals to 0 n equals to 0 in equation 1. n equals to 0 in equation 1. इक्वेशन 1 क्या लिखे आप लोगों ने यहाँ पे? व्हाट इज इक्वेशन 1? Can anyone tell me? So equation 1 we have written it as
HD of n equal to
HD of n equals to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. HD of 1 का इसका वैल्यू 1 रखे e power j omega n into d omega. So this we are calling it as equation 1. ठीक है? So this will be equals to, if I substitute n equals to 0 here, what I will get? hd of 0 is equals to 1 by 2 pi into क्या होगा यहाँ पे इंटेग्रल minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. If I substitute n equals to 0 here, e power 0. So what I will get? I will get d omega. Or this equals to again, I can write it is 1 by 2 pi integral. अभी यहाँ पे क्या आएगा अभी? Omega with the limit minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Now what is its value? वैल्यू क्या आएगा इसका?
1 by 2.
Is again going to 1 by 2. So this way also you can calculate it. You can go any either that method or this method. ठीक है? So what we can write here? We can write h of 0 equals to 1 by 2. Understood this? Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, for like this, we need to calculate all other values also. Now, let us calculate for n equals to 1. So, we have calculated here h of 0 value. So, h of 0 is equals to, we got it as 1 by 2. Now, suppose if you take n equals to 1, then what I will write? I will write it as h of 1 is equals to h of minus 1 is equals to, we have the value that is sine n pi by 2 है. Formula लिखूंगा क्या यहाँ पे और एक बार. So it is, let me write the formula once again so that will not be confusion to you people again. Okay. Let me write here the formula as, I got the formula here, h of n equals to sine pi by 2 n divided by pi n for the value minus pi less than or equals to minus 5 plus 5. तो अभी 0 का वैल्यू हमने कैलकुलेट किए. Then we are calculating the next values. So I will write here for n equals to 1, h of 1 equals to h of minus 1 is equals to, क्या लिखता हूँ वैल्यू अभी? This sine n value 1 I am writing pi by 2 divided by pi. So what is its value?
One by pi.
It is 1 by pi. Okay, so it is 1 by pi, or this equals to, we can write simply it is 0.3183. Okay, then similarly n equals to 2 you calculate. If I write h of 2 is equals to h of minus 1 to 2 is equals to, again it is sine pi by 2 into 2 divided by 2 pi is equals to,
Zero.
it is 0. Likewise, third value calculate h of 3 equals to h of minus 3 is equals to, can you calculate that? Yes. What is its value?
Minus
Anybody sign?
0.1061.
3 pi by 2 divided by 3 pi. क्या वैल्यू आ रहा है इसका? साइन 3 pi by 2 का वैल्यू क्या है?
Minus 0.106.
Is minus 0.106, or else simply it is 1 minus 1 divided by 3 pi or this equals to, we are writing it as minus 0.106. Then next, h of 4 is equals to h of minus 4 is equals to
Zero.
yes, it is 0. And what about next one? So if I take h of 5 is equals to h of minus 5, which is equals to what is the value? Sine 5 pi by 2 divided by 5 pi.
Zero point zero six three.
It is 0.063. कैल्सी साथ में रखना जरूरी है अभी यहाँ पे 0.06366. If you have calculator with you, then only you can solve the example. Have you understood how we are calculating these values? H of 0, H of 1.
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here? अभी टोटल कितने सैंपल्स हमने कैलकुलेट किए यहाँ पे? कितने सैंपल्स कैलकुलेट किए? How many samples we have calculated?
11.
6 कौन बोल रहे हैं अभी?
My sir, 11.
Okay, so it is because this h of 1 and h of minus 1 are the two samples. Likewise, 10 plus 1. The total we have calculated the 11 samples value. Okay. So this is our third step. Any confusion here?
No, sir.
No.
Any
No,
confusion? Okay. Now let's move to the next step. What is next step? Can anyone tell me? What is next step?
Find the transfer function.
Next, to find the transfer function. Step 5 है ना अपना?
4, sir.
Whether it is step 5 or 6? Huh? Sorry, step 4.
4,
it is.
sir.
4 है, sir.
Okay, okay, it is step 4. Let us write the step 4 again. Step 4. So, to find transfer function. Formula क्या आपका? H of z equals to h of 0 plus summation n equals to 1 to n minus 1 by 2 into h of n, which is multiplied by z to the power n plus z to the power minus n. This is our formula. Okay. Now, here if I substitute the values, all the values, so this will be equals to this h of 0 plus, if I substitute the capital N value, n equals to 1 to n अगर आप 11 लिए, 11 minus 1, that is 10, 10 by 2 it is 5. So 5 h of n multiplied with z power n plus z power minus n. ठीक है? Or this is equals to, simply I can write it as h of 0 plus, we just expand this, we will get h of 1, which is multiplied with z power 1 plus z power minus 1. Correct? Then plus h of 2 multiplied by z power 2 plus z power minus 2 plus h of 3 multiplied by z power just I am expanding this z power 3 plus z power minus 3 plus h of 4 into z power minus 4 plus z power minus 4 again. It is, sorry, it is plus 4 and this is plus 4 and this is minus 4 and plus h of 5 multiplied with z power 5 plus z power minus 5. ठीक है? I just expanded that expression. Any difficulty here? Understanding this?
No, sir.
No,
Now,
sir.
here we know the value of h of 0, h of 1, h of 2 up to h of 5. तो यहाँ पे वैल्यूज क्या है? दो टर्म जीरो है. h of 2 is 0 and h of 4 is 0. Means, so this complete part goes to 0. ये पार्ट आपका 0 जाएगा and h of 5 is also 0 ना? क्या 4 0 है? 4 0 है ना? So h of 4 is 0. So that means this complete part goes to 0. So therefore, what I will write the h of z value is, so here h of z equals to, can anyone tell me what I can write? h of z equals to, h of 0 का वैल्यू क्या है आपका? 1/2. Let us write it is 0.5 plus h of n का वैल्यू क्या है? h of 1 is 0.
0.318.
It is 3183 multiplied by z power 1 plus z power minus 1. Then h of 3 value is minus 0.106. 2 is 0, na? So I am not considering that. So 3, I am just writing it is 3, that is z power 3 plus z power minus 3. Then plus, what is next? It is 0.6366 multiplied with z power 5 plus z power minus 5. Understood?
Sir, it is 0.063.
Which one?
H of 5, sir. 0.063.
Okay. Okay, it is 0.063. 0.063. Okay. Anything else? Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
Any difficulty? Now, here if you look at into this part, this h of z consists of both positive value as well as negative value. देखो यहाँ पे z power 1 है और z power minus 1 है, z power 3 है, z power minus 3 है, z power 5 है और z power minus 5 है. So this is practically not possible to realize. So for that purpose, we are moving towards the step 5 again. What is step 5? Step 5 is what? Yes, anybody? What is step 5?
Convert above transfer function to realizable transfer function.
Step 5. Convert the above transfer function into the realizable transfer function. उसके लिए क्या फॉर्मूला है आपका?
H of
So
z.
what is the formula we are having? It is h dash of z equals to h dash of z is equals to, yes,
Z raised to minus n minus 1
z
upon
to the
2.
power minus of n minus 1 by 2 into the value is h of z. ठीक है? So this is equals to, तो ये स्टेप वाइज आपको फॉर्मूला याद रखना है such that you can solve it very easily. तो अभी क्या होता है इसका z टू द पावर का वैल्यू क्या होगा? z टू द पावर n is again 11 minus 1 10 by 2, so it is z power minus 5 is multiplied with h of z. h of z क्या है आपका? What is h of z? It is 0.5 plus 0.3183 multiplied with z power 1 plus z power minus 1, then plus or minus, it is minus, what we will write is 0.106 multiplied with z power 3 plus z power minus 3 plus it is 0.06366, which is multiplied by z power 5 plus z power minus 5. Okay, so let me write, close this part. Any difficulty here?
No, sir.
Now, let us multiply that z to the power 5 inside the bracket. Now, let us write the z to the power 5 inside the bracket. So, which will be equals to, I will write it as is equals to 0.5 into z to the power minus 5 plus this, I will write it as, how do I write? 0.3183 into z to the power minus 5 into z to the power 1. What will happen? कोई
Z to the
बताएंगे
power
मुझे?
minus 4.
So here we are just multiplying the values like z to the power minus 5 into z to the power 1. तो बेस अगर सेम है तो ऊपर के टर्म प्लस हो जाएंगे. So I will write it as z to the power minus 4. Understood? Plus the next 0.3183 into what next? Z to the power minus 5 into z to the power minus 1. What is the
Z
value?
raised to minus 6.
Z raised to minus 6. Then minus 0.106. क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Z raised to minus 5 multiplied with z raised to 3.
Z raised to minus 2.
Z raised to minus 2.
2.
Right? Okay. Then minus 0.106 into z raised to, what is the value you will get? Minus 5 minus 3. So minus 8. ठीक है? Then plus what next again? 0.06366. If I multiply z to the power minus 5 into z to the power plus 5, तो वैल्यू क्या आएगा यहाँ पे?
Z to the power 0.
Z to the power 0. Then plus 0.0633 into z to the power, what you will get? Minus 5 into minus 5. So it is
Minus 10.
10. ठीक है, तो अभी इसको प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस में हम लिखेंगे. सो राइट इट इन अ प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस. तो फर्स्ट ये टर्म लिखेंगे हम, z टू द पावर 0 वाला टर्म लिखेंगे. एज इट इज z टू द पावर 0 इज 1, सो आई कैन राइट इट एज 0.0633, सॉरी 366 फर्स्ट टर्म आएगा. उसके बाद प्लस क्या आएगा नेक्स्ट टर्म? तो राइट इट इन अ प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस. तो बाद में उसका प्रॉपर सीक्वेंस में क्या है अभी तो बताएंगे मुझे. So what should I write next?
Minus 0.106.
106 into z power
Minus 2.
minus 2. ठीक है. After that plus 0.3183 into z power minus 4, then plus 0.5 into z power minus 5, 0.5 into z power minus 5, plus 0.3183 into z power minus 6, then minus, what I can write, 0.106 to z power minus 8. And lastly, I will write it as 0.0633 z power minus 10. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion, any difficulty here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Now with this, what we need to write is, you just write one line. From above equation, the filter coefficients of causal filter from above equation. This is our step 6, we can write otherwise. Step 6, you just write step 6. From the above equation, the filter coefficients of the causal filter are given by step 6. From the above equation, the filter coefficients of the causal filter are given by. Now can we call it as a causal filter? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Hello? Now is here all the values are in negative powers, so we can realize it practically. Okay? So let's write the filter
Yes,
coefficients
sir.
here. Now how do we write the filter coefficients? Now let us write the filter coefficients. So that is our step 6. We are writing here. Step 6. The filter coefficients of causal sequence. So I will write here h of 0, h of 1, h of 2, h of 3, h of 4 and h of 5 is equals to. अगर आप यहाँ पे देख रहे, so 0 means, so this part I am considering, this is our 0th coefficient. और ये अगर देखेंगे आप, so these two values are same. Getting my point? If you look at into first value and the last value are same. ठीक है? So with that, what I can write here is, I can write h of 10 also it is, h of 10, which is equals to, value क्या है आपका? 0.0633. Any difficulty in understanding this?
No, sir.
Now, h of 1 equals to what I will write? The simple way I will write it is like h of 9, ऐसा लिखते हैं इसको, h of 8, तो आपको आसान से याद रख सकते हैं इसको, h of 7, then h of 6, then h of 5 लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है, right? So which is equals to, we have the value as, okay. So what is h of 9? h of 1 value क्या है, कोई बताएंगे मुझे अभी?
0.
So what is the value of?
0.
It is 0 because it is not present. So I can write, क्योंकि देखो अभी 1 भी present नहीं है और 9 भी present नहीं है. So it is 0. So what about 2?
Minus
The value of 2
0.106.
is, it is minus 0.106. Then 3, what is the value?
0.
Zero.
0. Then 4 is 0 point,
3183.
it is 3183. And what about h of 5 value?
5.
Is 0.5. I understood this writing coefficients. तो आसान कैसा याद रखेंगे इसको? As we require 10 samples, sorry 11 samples. So h of 0 to 5. Then so here in this क्या बोलते हैं तू? Ascending order and the descending order, that you need to remember. Increasing and decreasing order of the samples we need to write. Understood up to 6 step?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion here?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay, from step 7, like we will solve tomorrow, step 7 and 8. So if you have any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, I'm going to stop it here. Because if I start again, it will take 5 to 10 minutes. So I don't want to extend that part. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. We will have like 1 or 2 minutes discussion, or else we will stop it here. So any confusion up to step 6?
No, sir.
कोई रिवाइज करेंगे इसको? अप टू स्टेप 6 हमने क्या क्या किया है अभी? कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट आई हैव डन क्विकली? कोई बताएंगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप? फास्ट, क्विकली, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, we'll stop it here. You can mark your attendance and you can leave the session. I'm going to close the session now.